Frothy coffee over ice was known in Greece as griot, cold, before the term frappé was popularized. Borrowed from the French, it literally means to beat, and if the popular myth is to be believed, the frappé, a cold instant coffee-based drink, was first beaten into existence by a suited Nestlé-affiliated employee in the 1957 Helexpo trade show in the city of Thessaloniki, Frappoudopoli. Dimitris Thakondios was there to promote a children's chocolate drink. A beaker containing a sachet of powder could be filled with milk and shaken, presumably a strategy for tiring the child. Thakondios was unable to find hot water and simply borrowed the technique using cold water and replacing the chocolate with instant coffee. This story, accounted in as bland a manner as only those conjured by the managerial classes, at first seems highly implausible. What sort of imbecile can't make an instant coffee at a trade show? But instant coffee was developing in popularity, especially in a region with a long history of small, bittersweet Middle Eastern coffee. People would have still predominantly drank what they referred to as Turkish coffee. Although the symbolic link was slowly being eradicated with campaigns to rebrand to Greek coffee as early as the 1960s. Instead, instant coffee may have been seen as free from the history and politics of the recent past, but may have also stoked the chauvinism of national identity. With that, the frappé continued to increase in popularity, with the technique later industrialized in the primary economic arena of Greece, the cafeteria, with the inclusion of a food blender. Christos Lentsos, the owner of a popular coffee shop, could make creamier and frothier frappé, blending generous proportions of instant coffee to mugs of sugar, and for an extra kick, would also sprinkle powdered instant coffee on top to turbocharge the drink. On screen, I have been using the simplest of methods to make frappé by mixing 3 teaspoons of instant coffee with 3 teaspoons of sugar in a jar that has a lid. I then add 2 fingers of water from the glass I'll eventually be drinking from and combine the ingredients by shaking the jar vigorously for about a minute. I place 4 ice cubes into the glass and pour the foamed coffee over the top of them, topping with water and the addition of a straw, biodegradable in this case. I'll explain why I'm sprinkling sawdust over the coffee at the end of this video, but if you can guess the reason, leave a comment. With the white goods revolution, a small cement mixer began to materialize in domestic settings, and people could also replicate the turbocharged process, although the exact procedure to make frappé varies from street to street. Do you place ice in the froth or pour the froth from one beaker over ice into another? Do you include milk or condensed milk, half a teaspoon, a full teaspoon or several teaspoons of either coffee or sugar? What percentage of froth should cover the liquid coffee to look aesthetically pleasing? Do you even sprinkle powdered instant coffee on top? With a blender you could possibly stretch the foam to 2 drinks, although less coffee seems to permeate into the drinkable liquid. While the shaking method produces the strongest drink, the foam is less velvety. And then there's this unusual tool, a multi-tool coffee whisker. Over the decades, with the association to one instant coffee company above all others, the drink began to evolve into a status symbol for youthful flamboyance and exuberance. But few in Greece, let alone the world, knew the more down-to-earth urban myth, which pulls the drink back to humbler and ingenious origins. That it was builders and makers, people who worked in often dusty environments, who invented and popularized the drink, using the simplest method, which I began this video with, on site or in their workshops, to produce froth so viscous that dust could not travel through into the drink beneath. In addition, the glass can be tipped to an acute angle before liquid reaches the rim, which may help prevent spillages. These 2 observations alone convinced me that this myth could be true. And if it is not true, it is at least a better story than the one currently accepted as fact.